Okay, we're gonna do an impromptu episode. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm kind of excited. I was taking a Kabbalah class and then a bunch of downloads started coming through. I wrote them down and picked up the camera, set up the space, and then I just said, let's record. Okay, so this might not have the usual structure, but let's just go with it. So the thing that was coming through is how to love yourself. Okay, how to actually love yourself. This is a journey I've been on for so long, and I had the false belief at the beginning of entering this journey that I had to do more in order to love myself. I had to set up rituals. I had to do. There was a list of things I was supposed to do in order to love myself. Oh, set up a weekly date with yourself. Oh, take baths. All these like self-care rituals, I attributed them with self-love. And I thought that it was easier for me to say, as long as I do something external of myself, whether it's accomplishing my to-do list, whether it's whatever it is, then I can love myself. Then I am whole and I am good. The faulty system with that and the faulty belief is that there's conditions. I have to do X before I am able to love myself. I need to tick off this entire to-do list. I need to graduate. I need to get my promotion. I need to have this amount of money. I need to whatever in order to love myself, in order to feel like I am worthy, like I am valuable, like I am whole. Again, the faulty patterning in that and the faulty belief system that's been ingrained is that love has a condition. In order for me to feel valuable, something has to happen. Something needs to be in front of myself or in front of love for me to see love. And that's faulty. So if you find yourself in a similar scenario to the ones I just described, catch that you are still putting conditions to love. So that's already the first thing to admit or see. Because the moment you understand that you are conditional with your love, you understand that you are conditional with your self-love, which means that actually the amount of love that you're giving yourself is always going to be proportional to the conditions that you set for yourself. And that's never going to make you feel whole and valuable as a baseline. Okay? That's just the first thing to know. So as I was channeling this, whatever was coming through, the idea is that you are the creator. And I've said this before. I said this in the last episode. You are the creator. You are the light. You are a piece of all that is, right? And if you're a piece of all that is, you understand that the baseline for the creator is always love. It just is. When you came onto this planet, when you first were born, if I took you out of like the production package, let's say, if I took you out of a box and I took your body and your soul, the only tags I would see and the only ingredients I would see on that little label is love, unconditional light, unconditional compassion, understanding as an energy being, as an energy body. And everything that came after that just tainted that for you, just tainted your memory of how infinite and how loving you are, right? And so it was never about doing more. It was never about accomplishing more. It was never about being more. It was always about, okay, how can I continuously return to my baseline of love no matter what I do? If I lay on my couch all day, I am still as lovable. If I don't see people for years, if I'm the most asocial person on the planet, I am still lovable. If I don't ascend in my company and if I don't get the promotions and if I don't become a millionaire, I am still valuable. I am still worthy. I am still in love with what it is that I am. Why? Because that's your baseline. So it was never about doing more. Self-love was never about attaining more things. It was always about how can you do less and love yourself more? How can you do less and accept yourself more? It's why I always say a really fun exercise to trump the ego is go against all the routines that you have set for yourself. If there are specific things that you do every day, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and those make you feel accomplished or make you feel valuable, make you feel worthy, don't do any of them for one day. Don't do any of them. Wake up and do the complete opposite to what you would do. Eat a cookie for breakfast. I'm not kidding. Eat a cookie for breakfast, dip it in your milk, go on a walk, or better yet, go sit at a cafe and drink a coffee at like 10 a.m. Do whatever it is that your ego isn't used to doing and listen to how loud it is. Listen to how loud it's going to be screaming at you. No, but if you eat the cookie, you're going to get blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, but the gym. Listen to it. Watch it. Often it's in those moments, it's in those like little ego trip moments that we get to see where we would have placed a condition for us to feel good, safe, valuable, loved that day. Going against what you usually would do is such a powerful way to come face to face with the voice in your head that is trying to control your experience, that is trying to control everything that you're doing. And I'll just drop that one. I'll just leave it that. But what's really interesting, and what Kabbalah has taught me even deeper, is that whenever you have a dark moment or whenever you're going through a very dense experience, it's usually in those moments that we loathe ourselves the most, where we I hope the microphone caught that, where we love ourselves the least. It's moments where we're the most self-critical. It's moments where we're the most hateful towards ourselves, because somehow we can't believe that we're back in this situation. Somehow we can't believe that this is again happening to us. And what I love that Kabbalah teaches is that at every moment, any moment that something bad happens to you, any moment that you have an experience that you're not really enjoying, let's say, it's a beautiful moment for you to say, okay, pause, stop, like pause everything you're doing. Observe the moment as a catalyst for transformation in whatever department that it's asking you to transform in. What Kabbalah says is when something bad happens, just stop and say, oh, what a pleasure. And you're not saying what a pleasure from the standpoint of, oh, I'm so happy this is happening to me because it stopped me from getting into a car accident, or it stopped me from having something worse happen to me. It's actually, oh my God, what a pleasure that I am now able to see, because I paused, I'm able to see that this moment is for my transformation. This moment is for my soul evolution. This moment is here to teach me whatever it is here to teach me. Okay. And why do I bring this up? Because the moment you accept and have these little like pause moments with yourself, in moments where you're about to spiral and go into deeper and deeper and deeper self-loathing, is pause yourself before any of that happens and say, okay, I acknowledge that I'm feeling so shitty, and I acknowledge that I'm feeling so angry. I acknowledge that I'm about to hate myself to a level that I probably haven't before. But I am now going to witness how this moment is trying to shape me. It's trying to transform me. It's trying to help me ascend. It's teaching me a lesson. If we only had good moments, and if we only had affirming moments for ourselves where we're like, fuck yeah, we're amazing. Fuck yeah, we're amazing. There wouldn't be anything to grow into. There wouldn't be anything to expand into. And what I love, a metaphor I love for this is, you need to think of yourself as, imagine when you go to the gym, right? You pay a trainer to train you, or you pay the gym, which means you're basically paying someone to make you suffer, right? You're paying someone to continuously bring you to failure, essentially, so that your muscles can grow. It's the same thing with life. You're going to be brought into moments, you're going to be brought into situations, you're going to be brought into scenarios where you are going to feel your weakest ever. You're going to feel like you're down on your knees, like you don't understand why the hell the creator or the universe is putting this on you, right? Because we love to victimize ourselves. Why the hell is this happening to me? Why the hell am I? Pause. How do muscles grow? You have to tear them. You have to bring them to their lowest point of weakness, literally to their point of failure, for them to grow. Same with you. Okay, you're down on the floor. You're so sad. You're so embarrassed. You're so ashamed of whatever situation is going on. Pause and be like, oh shit, what a pleasure. This was a moment for me to grow and ascend. And David shares this metaphor in his course, which I loved because it really clicked for me. I was like, 100%. These moments are literally for us to, if you think about it in terms of darkness and light, you're just going through a dark moment to understand, okay, how can I pour more light into this moment? How can I actually take what it's trying to teach me and see the higher purpose of it all, so more light can enter through it, so that I can keep expanding my vessel. I can keep expanding my consciousness. I can keep expanding my bandwidth for experiencing. That's a huge one. So something I like to do actually, whenever I'm going through these really darn dark moments, and I just went through a few days of them because I have something, before my period, I get very depressive episodes. there's a term, PMDD. I don't like to attribute or like stick myself to labels or like diagnoses like this, but it's helped me understand what I go through a lot more. So 3 days before my period, I'm plunged into pure darkness, like the worst things that I think about myself. I could be in a room, and yesterday it was the most beautiful room in the world, and 3 days before my period, I hate everything in the room. So I've come to understand myself in those moments, and thank God it's usually 3 to 5 days max before my period, and the depth or like the how deep they can go really varies. But this specific session that I just had, I call it my expansive monthly downloads. So during my expansive monthly downloads, at least this month, I was seeing how it is so easy to believe and to be one with that negativity and with those frequencies that come as a result of the negativity, right? And the practice that I continuously put myself through, and I'm not perfect, but I'm trying, at least trying to coexist with this. The practice that I put myself through is, how can I not label and just feel? Don't label, just feel. Don't label, just feel. And the second mantra I repeat very often is, okay, observe, but don't absorb. Because the thoughts are going to go haywire. They're going to go crazy. But the practice is in the daily moments when things like this happen to you. How can you come back, literally observe? Literally take a moment and take a step back and say, okay, I see everything that is going on right now in my head. I can see how my body is reacting to everything that I'm thinking. How can I take a step back? Come back to my center, come back to myself. Know that none of this, for me at least in these moments, none of this is true. Let's just observe it. Let's just experience it. So why do I bring all this up? I don't know, guys. I don't know, okay? We're letting the thing just take us. And for some reason, this is seeming very important to share. So I'm going to share. Loving yourself really comes down to what extent can you accept unconditionally every single moment that happens to you without attaching value or meaning to it, without attaching a story. Stories are always going to make you suffer. It's why humans love to tell stories. It's why we love to attach ourselves to stories. We love suffering. It is our baseline as a society and as a collective. Now, in every passing moment, how can you say, you know what? I can see that right now. I'm about to go into story XYZ. I'm going to pause and I'm just going to observe. I'm not going to absorb. I'm going to observe. I'm going to allow the moment to be. And if you do that repeatedly over and over and over and over throughout your days, throughout your life, that compounds. And what does that turn into? Unconditional self-love. I'm not going to say that I'm perfectly there or that I've reached this point of complete unconditional love. No, there's still things that I'm working through and navigating and accepting about my experience and trying to deepen my unconditionality with it without placing, meaning. And I'll hold your hand in it because it's not easy, but it's a daily practice. I was talking to a friend recently about this, and we were talking about how she's going through a time where she's not feeling like she's doing enough with herself. She just finished a pretty stressful period of her life, and so now she's almost in like the calm of it. And because she's in the calm of it, she's like, I don't really feel worthy anymore. I'm kind of hating on myself. And I really resonated with her with that, because when I'm in moments where I'm not doing anything, or I have less work, or I don't really have something that's going for me, it's harder for me to see my value. It was harder for me to see my value. And what I was transmitting to her was, it's in those moments. It's in those moments where you're laying on the couch and you don't have that much work. You don't have a massive to-do list to finish. You don't have literally anything going on for you, that you need to practice this deeper, that you need to literally keep repeating yourself, I am perfect. I'm okay. I can do no wrong in my eyes. I love this one from Aaron. It's a mantra I adopted years ago, and I still to this day use it all the time. Anytime that I catch myself trying to judge myself about doing something, I can do no wrong in my eyes. I can do no wrong in my eyes. No matter what you do, you can literally do no wrong. You can do no wrong. And it's getting to that point of full unconditional acceptance with yourself that is going to deepen your sense of self-love. It's not the doing, it's the being. How can you be more unconditional and accepting of every single moment as is, and just accept it and just be with it without putting the stories, without putting the labels, without coming up with why you're this way and na. Drop it, let it go. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I might post this as the second episode because I kind of like this one more than the one that I had planned for the second episode. This is the basis of self-love. This is what I've come to understand in this far in my journey, that the basis of self-love is really removing all the fluff. It's actually more about removing than it is about adding more things. No matter what you accomplish, no matter what you do in life, no matter who you become, no matter how long your to-do list is, your value stays the same. Whether you're naked in the middle of an island with no food, no money, or in New York in a penthouse with whatever X money, whatever metrics of success you've attributed for yourself, your value is the same. Your love is the same. The amount of loving or how lovable you are is the same. None of it changes. We've been taught erroneously to believe that love has conditions. You must achieve, you must do, you must be blah, 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 blah in order for me to love you. And your part in all this is accepting and seeing that, okay, maybe yes, this is part of my programming. And right now, I'm going to choose to abolish that. I am not going to keep this moving forward in my generations that are coming after me. I am stopping this right now. I am saying I am lovable no matter what. Do I look good today? Doesn't matter. I'm the same value. Am I not that tan and I wish I was a little bit tanner? Maybe, but I still love myself equally. I still am as valuable, So it's really all about that. It's really all about, to what extent can you accept yourself no matter the conditions, no matter what's going on, no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter what, anything. All of it at the end of the day is just a fucking game. And the more you believe the illusions that the game has set up for you, the less you will accept yourself, because the more you'll feed into those programs that are just trying to keep you separate and deeply severed with your own unconditional love, with your own unconditional bliss, with your own literal unconditional infinity, because even infinity has no conditions. Remember, you are the creator. And I guess that's going to be the through line for this episode and for this podcast is you are the fucking creator, dude. You decide. Today, you get to decide. I have all these paradigms of love that are wrong, that are erroneous. Why are they wrong? Because they're not rooted in love. They're rooted in conditions, or they're rooted in whatever programming that you have about how love should be or what love should be. Love shouldn't be anything. You already are love. It is your baseline. It is your birthright. It is literally what you are created from. Love. Time to look at where all the what programmings have you stacked on top of that to make you believe that because that once you go through that, you are love. Once you go through the programs that you have or the conditions that you've placed for yourself or the whatever, then you are love. Then you are amazing. Then you are valuable. Then you are XYZ. Okay? I'm done here. If you enjoyed this episode, as always, let me know. Little impromptu, little random, no structure, but we love it. And if you've made it this far, as always, put a little dolphin. I like dolphins. And to everybody that sent me messages for the first episode, I appreciate you so much. I see you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, doing video has been a whole new journey for me as well, because obviously I've never done video. I'm still figuring it out. So we're figuring it out together. But I've noticed that I'm understanding a little bit more about how things like lighting, and because I'm always filming in the daytime and I'm always next to a window. So it's really, if you have tips for that, let me know. I'm always next to a window. That's not going to change. I need it. But this light, I've had to counterbalance it with others. And I've seen that on camera, it always looks different depending on like how the light is hitting you. I think I need to buy a softbox because right now I just have like a little, it's small, but maybe I need like a softbox white light. I don't know. Give me tips, guys. Help me out. Just keep in mind, it has to be travel friendly. Okay. Everything I have right now is travel friendly and I'm very happy with it. The moment it's not, I won't be able to take them with me. So, and I'm leaving very soon, so don't give me too much equipment to buy, essentially. Okay, guys, I love you. See you next time.